What's going on, guys? Gabe here with ReviewDork, and well, if you haven't seen that last video with the 5950X, we did an upgrade. We upgraded from a 5950X. Now I don't have to choose whether I want to be productive or if I want to be a YouTuber. Don't judge me. I'm 39. Gonna be 40 in 9 more months. This beast here, the RTX 3090, going for $14.99. It is a 3-slot graphics card. You guys should have known that I wanted to upgrade to this bad boy. This is the AMD Radeon 6900 XT, and boy am I excited. It's a 2-slot GPU. That means I can sit it upright and it can look pretty inside my PC. $9.99. $14.99, $9.99, $14.99, $9.99. I would have to admit the 3090, total overkill. 24 gigs of VRAM, 16 gigs of VRAM. We're gonna test performance. We're gonna see if the 6900 XT with smart access and rage mode can keep up with this beast. This thing is big. Like other things I know for comparison, there just isn't any comparison here. This thing is massive. Let's throw this bad boy in, and we gotta update BIOS, all that stuff to enable rage mode. Let's go check it out. Unless your USB drive is FAT32, your BIOS is not going to recognize it. So we ended up taking a ginormous 500 gigabyte SSD, partitioning it as a 64 megabyte partition, and then we then loaded the BIOS update file because for whatever reason, Gigabyte, the US server, only has the F30 version for this motherboard, which doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So through QFlash, we've updated the BIOS, and so we look at here. These are the 2 settings we want: above 4G decoding and resize bar support. Okay, so once we got everything set up in the BIOS, what we want to do is go into our device manager and make sure that we see the AMD Radeon RX 6900. If we right click, we go to properties, we want to go to resources, and we want to make sure large memory range. We see that there it's enabled. So now we're good to go. We're good to go. We're ready to do some benchmarks. Okay, let's run through the scores real quick. Sort of kind of a recap, right? So Nvidia, Future Systems, 912. We use Future Systems benchmark to test its performance in Adobe Premiere Pro. Since content creators will be using these type of graphics cards, we have Forza hitting 153 frames per second, Shadow of the Tomb Raider hitting 109 frames per second, Gears of War 5 hitting 70 frames per second. And these were all in 4K Ultra settings. 3D Mark scored 18,696. So that's Nvidia. AMD, Future Systems, 858. So winner to Nvidia. For Forza Horizon 4, 169. Winner AMD. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, 107. Winner Nvidia. Gears of War 5, 72. Winner Nvidia. And 3D Mark, 17,391. Winner Nvidia. Now these scores are so marginal that you probably would never notice in a real world environment. However, what we did do was come up with I don't even know if this is patented. Probably not. Someone else has done this, but I don't like to do bar charts. I think bar charts, you see it in percentages. You see one stick longer than the other. I mean, that's kind of like sitting at the bathroom and just, nobody does that, right? Who really cares? I mean, anyways, Applejacks, do you care? Yeah, he's holding the camera, can't make him laugh. But what we did was we came up with our own metrics where we took each score and divided it by the retail price of the graphics card. So for instance, the Nvidia 3090 RTX costs $1,499 versus AMD 6900 XT costing $999. So we'll go ahead and divide the points by the retail cost, and then we have a performance ratio. And in this case, higher is better. So for Puget, Nvidia scored 0.6, whereas AMD scored 1.16, almost double. So AMD is really the winner. When we look at Forza, Nvidia scored 0.102 versus 0.169. Shout out to Tomb Raider. Nvidia scored 0.072 versus 0.107. Gears of War 5. Nvidia scored 0.046 versus 0.072. Again, higher the number, the better. And for 3D Mark, Nvidia scored 12.47 versus 17.40. So what does that tell us? Well, we get more bang for the buck. There is more value in the AMD 6900 XT. And for those who are gaming enthusiasts, content creators, that kind of thing, this has a very strong value compared to the RTX 3090. Now, Nvidia did say $1499. No, that's not for gamers, that's for specialists. Okay, we get that. But what GPU is going to stay in my rig? Well, unfortunately, it has to be the 3090. And the reason for that is that there is no support for the AMD 6900 XT when it comes to our workflows. So we record our videos in ProRes RAW, and currently that is not supported by that GPU. And so this lets me segue into the problem that people have talked about in regards to AMD, and that's called driver support. And Nvidia is very well integrated with Adobe. So with that being said, we have to keep that GPU. Now, if I'm strictly a gamer, definitely AMD. Definitely, hands down, AMD wins. But because we got to create these YouTube videos for you, I got to keep the RTX in there. AMD, driver support, please. We want to be able to edit ProRes RAW video, and then maybe I could go ahead and give away my Nvidia RTX 3090 or do a PC build just for you guys. Anyways, Gabe with ReviewDork. I'm signing out. Peace.